Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any
They've been from Manhattan to Knoxville, Kansas City to Fayetteville, Dallas to St. Louis, Nashville to Orlando, and the place your Tigers call home, Columbia, Missouri. This is Earning Our Stripes with Brock Gordon and Ben Duncan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to EliteTigerSports. I am one of your hosts, Benjamin Duncan. Brock will be joining you guys here later along in this podcast episode because he and someone we've had on the podcast here before, Tommy, are going to the Royals game 4 tonight, or they're currently there at the Yankees at Royals game 4 of the ALDS. Hopefully the Royals can win. Let's all root for them there. But, we don't have a ton to talk about this week, but I'll see if I can probably yap for a few minutes. But, we're probably not going to talk about what happened this past weekend. But, the Tigers are going to Massachusetts to face UMass this weekend at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I know Brock will talk more about that and Know Your Enemy later on here in the episode. But hopefully the Tigers can come out with a win. And I'll just say this now, and so Brock can have it later. But I'm predicting that Mizzou will win 36 to 13. That's what I'll give it out there. But other than that, Brock will continue to talk to you guys about that later on here. But on our stuff that we have on our list for this week, Mizzou hockey is on a road trip this weekend as they're at Lindenwood. They're at Lindenwood today as we are recording this Thursday, October 10th. That was started at 6 o'clock. Then they're against Arkansas on Friday, the day this is going up, the 11th, at 8:15 p.m. And then they're against Maryville on Saturday, October 12th, at 6 o'clock. And hopefully the hockey team is still doing good. We would love to see them do that. Then we have Mizzou basketball. They have the SEC has announced game times and TV designations for the 2024-2025 schedule. And so I'll just list off some home games here. Or just home games or important games, but we have Mizzou faces Howard, Eastern Washington, Mississippi Valley State, Pacific, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Lindenwood, California in the SEC-ACC Challenge. Kansas comes to Mizzou for Hy-Vee Hoops Border Showdown. Then LIU, Jacksonville State. Mizzou will be at Illinois for the McBride Holmes bragging rights game. then Alabama State at home, and then Mizzou starts playing SEC opponents on January 4th at Auburn. Then they're at home against LSU, Vanderbilt, then at Florida, home against Arkansas, at Texas, home against Ole Miss, at Mississippi State, at Tennessee, home against Texas A&M and Oklahoma, at Georgia, home against Alabama, at Arkansas, home against South Carolina, at Vanderbilt, at Oklahoma, and home against Kentucky. Hopefully with the new basketball team roster that we have for this year, maybe the basketball team can win. You heard me right. Maybe they can win an SEC matchup. We will just have to see how that goes. But then, other than that, we have Mizzou athletics, other athletics for this week besides just the hockey team. But baseball, it says Baseball Fall World Series. I'm not sure necessarily what all about that. But it's today, as the day I'm recording this, Thursday through Saturday, the 10th through the 12th. Then softball faces Kaskaskia today. That was today at 5. Soccer played today against Ole Miss, and it was the pink out game, so that's cool. Volleyball plays Alabama on Friday at 7, so the day this goes up, the 11th. Softball is playing against Illinois on Saturday at 2. And volleyball is again playing, but against Tennessee on Sunday at 2. And then, let's see. Other than that, let's see. Oh, season tickets are available now for Mizzou Gymnastics. Then, anything else here? The volleyball game against Alabama on Friday, the day this is going up, is Gold Rush. And the one against Tennessee on Sunday is Pink Out for volleyball. Let's see. But then, other than that, we do have our mailbag for the week. So we can check that out. In which we have from Noah, he said that he wants Mizzou to have official men's and women's hockey teams, in which I agree with that. So I think that would be pretty cool for them to have both men's and women's hockey teams. I know Brock and I believe we talked about it last week, but we have in the state of Missouri the Blues in St. Louis, and then the Mavericks. Yes, they're like a minor league team for the National Hockey League, but still the Mavericks here in Kansas City. And I mean, both. If Mizzou had a hockey team for both men's and women's, then I mean the men's team already plays their games in Jeff City, if I believe correctly. But I mean, both teams could do that, and I don't see how that would be an issue. And just, considering that there's the Blues and the Mavericks in the state of Missouri, I think it's pretty logical to have official hockey teams for the school. Brock might say something else, but that's what I think. But other than that, like I said, this was going to be a short one, but that's what I got for you guys. I will now then pass it over to Brock so he can do Know Your Enemy and everything else he wants to do. But other than that, I've been Benjamin Duncan, and I will see you guys next week. I pass it over to you, Brock.
Hi folks, it's me, the editor Jackson Duncan. So Brock has the flu and is unable to record this week, so I will be stepping in his place. Alright Tiger fans, it's time to know your enemy, powered by bcard Entertainment.com. The University of Massachusetts Amherst Minutemen. From Amherst, Massachusetts, a 17-hour drive east of Columbia on I-70 and I-90. All flights from either KC or STL are to go to Hartford International Airport. There will be black and gold in the crowd. This is their 12th year of play at the FBS level, and they have bounced back and forth between the MAC and Independent. They will rejoin the MAC starting next year. Don Brown is the head coach. This is the second time he has coached the Minutemen, as he did so in 2004. Until 2008, he left in 2009 to become the DC at Maryland. He was then rehired in 2022. He has an overall record of 48-44 at UMass, as the last 3 years have brought no more than 3 wins. The Minutemen have never gone to a bowl game, as they have never had more than 4 wins since joining the FBS. This is the first time the two schools will face each other. UMass runs a pro-spread offense. For once, there isn't a ratio for rushing versus passing attempts, as UMass has 247 rushing attempts to 181 passing. They average 19 points per games. 16 points per games when factoring in FBS-only competition. The entirety of their offense is their QB Tyson Famacan, as he leads the Minutemen in rushing and passing yards. 253 and 1,280 each. 2 other Minutemen have over 200 yards rushing, however only have about half the carries. Tyson has 8 total TDs, 7 via the air and 1 on the ground. Receiving-wise, UMass is a one-man show, as well as Jacoby Keeney James leads the way with 24 catches for 493 yards and 3 TDs. T.Y. Harding has 3 TDs as well this year. UMass is converting 38.5% of the time on third down this year. The median this year in the FBS is 38.5%. UMass runs a 4-2-5 defense with a nickelback as a rover or a bandit to assist wherever needed. Jalen Stewart leads the team in tackles with 37. No Minuteman has more than a sack on the year. 3 different players have a pick on the year. UMass has committed 52 penalties on the year for 456 yards. For comparison, Mizzou has 34 for 283 yards. It's time to put Brady in a pine box, as Drew should get the start this week to see if he can spark the offense. If Mizzou wins by anything less than 3 scores, it's time to get worried about this team. UMass got blown out by Buffalo in Week 3. I shaved for the A&M loss. If UMass beats Mizzou, I will stop doing EOS. The University of Massachusetts Amherst Minutemen. Brock thinks Mizzou will win 24-14 because this offense can do anything to save their lives. Thank you for listening to this edition of Earning Our Stripes. Be sure to tune into the main bcard channel, where Tommy and I went down to Arkansas for Arkansas versus Tennessee. Footage from this past week in Kansas City will be up around Monday. Have a great rest of your week, folks, and as always, MIZZOU.